we're just standing outside of St John's Church at Stratford. A couple of people came out and working for more than gold, but they're over here from the US under the auspices of YWAM, Youth with a Mission, and they've linked into more than gold and ultimate gold, and I think they're just help facilitate things as helpers. We did try to explain to them that this event opposite has been corrupted deeply. There's a deep ecumenical corruption, and to such an extent you've already heard from Miguel that they're working hand in hand with Rome, and the More Than Gold team are not even aware that their executive chairman is a Roman Catholic, James Parker. They flatly deny things to your face, and they will say you don't know what you're talking about, where do you get your information from, it's not true, it's rubbish. But we have researched it. There's no one on the planet can deny that a Roman Catholic is the chairman of More Than Gold. It's a fact, and these guys over here know it. Maybe not all the people in that churchyard, but all the leaders know it. They're all aware who's on the executive committee. And these poor people have come all the way from the US and they're being used and duped. Used by these people and used by YWAM, because YWAM have got enough of an ecumenical history. It's terrible. So I'm afraid that the young man was he got a little bit uptight, which is okay. I didn't mean to provoke him, I just meant him to understand the truth, to hear the truth. So anyway, that's an incident that's gone. No problems. We just pray that those words will rest upon that couple, that young lady and that young man, will think long and hard. And I do hope and pray that they'll talk to their leaders about this and confirm what we told them. So that's it. We thank you for that. We're going to move around in a few minutes to do some witnessing. God bless you.
They're having the typical transformation gospel, whether you got the music and the events, and that's all. You know, the preaching of the gospel is simply through forms of entertainment, face painting, barbecues. They run things like they might have a buffet, or to make people comfortable and relax. But this is only a misnomer, a distraction, because these people have no regard for truth. I see by my friend here behind me, who, when you look at the programme, you can see Ultimate Gold, the Eucharist Adoration, which is a promotion of the Roman Catholic Church. Now I want you to come with me, and I'll take you to the Martyrs Memorial, and we'll walk down and we'll see what these people are actually laughing, and they're dancing on the blood of the martyrs who died. You see, and they say, well, we don't care. That's the past. That's history. But you see, we go to the back of the church here. We see on the programme, they've got Fair Trade Cafe, hospitality and prayer, but they're not really that hospitable. There has an incident with the YWAM. The guy was quite aggressive. We were assaulted. Well, not myself, literal, but Tony was manhandled. He was prodded and poked, and the young lad, unfortunately got quite aggressive. But you see, this is what to show you, or to demonstrate what these fun-living Christians are really like. Anyway, when we look at the back of the church, we see here the memorial, and we got a transcript of that memorial, which I think we did in another video, which says the Stratford Martyrs. So it says here, this guy's called Patrick Pickenham, and basically they were saying that this man was deaf, and he had been killed by Bishop Boner because he went in defiance of Roman ceremonies. So he rejected this. Imagine that was like over 100 years ago, maybe 150 years ago, and you were to see, like, for example, in this Anglican, it's meant to be, they say, well, they're evangelical Pentecostal, and they were to say to you that here, we love Jesus, we love the Lord, and that we are really giving people the gospel, and we're really doing a service to people, but we want you to attend Mass. So we'll go back to, and I'm not sure we can get some interviews with people, but we have to get off we have to leave the premises. So, okay, we'll just get off the premises very quietly and discreetly, but, yeah. But you see, this is a memorial. It is a historical monument which shows that the people that suffered and lost their lives because they rejected the Catholic Mass. But you see, my friend here has a smirk on his face. He thinks it's funny, and it amuses him, the fact that these men, women, children, they bled to death. They died. They were burnt by the priests. And yet, we love Rome for it, you know. What a dishonour, what a sin, what a disservice. But you see, this is the problem when we have ecumenism and integration. I'm sorry to say that these folks are deceived. I don't think it's their fault, you know. I don't blame the fact that they're acting in ignorance. And it's like Jesus said, really, but when he died on the cross, he said, Father, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. And this is what we find. These people, if they believe genuinely that the Catholic Mass is legitimately a Christian ceremony, it is a Christian sacrament, that really, literally, the body and blood of our Lord, Jesus enters into the wafer, the host, and when you take that, you adore it. It's the worship of the wafer and of the wine. And it's kind of like this. It's like, a mother says to a child, I love you, but she puts arsenic in the cake. And what happens is, within the cake, or the arsenic, the child eats it slowly, but over time, that child's getting poisoned. And it's kind of like this. They say, well, these are all God's children. And yeah, this church here is the parent. And as parents, we don't expect people to know about the love of Jesus. As parents, we have to show them love. So they treat these people like the little children. They don't know what's going on. A lot of them don't. A lot of them really do not know what's going on. And what I want to do is, when I do another video, I want to read to you what More Than Gold is actually all about. Because what we did was, we took screenshots. We showed that, for example, the chairperson in More Than Gold was James Parker. And James Parker has taught at the Jesuit Theological Seminary here in London. And he was a committee member. They had a joint committee, and within the joint committee, they, was forming, seeing how we could do evangelization together, that we could give people the gospel. Let me correct that. No, I'm not going to say the gospel. I'm going to say we can give people music, we can give the fireworks, we can give the face painting, but we will not give them the gospel. But like when we read Paul, woe is I if I do not preach the gospel. Now, I'm going to record, you could hear in the background the sort of sound. Does it sound to you like in this event here, they are actually really preaching the gospel? Because if you were to look at what they're doing, that's the only thing they can give people. See? All the entertainment, all the dancing, the spectacle, the music, the lights. So it's... I just want to thank you for showing so much love to my friend. Anyway, it was... because that's what it's about. It's about, as Christians, we have to love. And yeah, I mean, we do have to love people. We can't hate anyone. As Jesus showed us, rightly so, that we love, well, we show them love by demonstration. But when we, for example, look at by demonstration, what do you mean? I mean, Christ passionately became the embodiment of truth. And as a result of the embodiment of truth, he clearly made the difference between what was truth and what was error, what's leading people down the path of righteousness, and what's leading many astray. Now, Simon Clinton is the guy in the blue coat. He has, basically, well, you approached him on the Monday, and he said to me, really, I don't really know what the Catholic Mass is, but you see, they had the that listed, and they had it listed amongst the committee members. But you see, I don't mind. It doesn't matter if they say, right, well, we're going to have a service, and this service is going to be Catholic one held at St. Francis Church. So that's what they did. Anyway, hopefully we can get an interview with Simon. Simon, will you not interview us? Tell us more about the Mass.
You're the convener of this event.
Tell our YouTube viewers what you think about the Eucharistic adoration. No, okay. So you saw in the program it had the Eucharistic adoration service, and I asked them the question. Tell us more about the Mass. Because other people may not know about it. And it's interesting that the Catholics don't seem to be doing that, but here, this is supposed to be a Pentecostal evangelical event. And in this Pentecostal evangelical event, they're promoting the service. Now, they say, the mystery is the mystery in the church. It's the mysterium, the magisterium, the council of the pontifical council, and the authority comes from Rome. Now, these people are clearly under Rome's authority. They clearly show that they're under Rome's authority. This sort of thing that they're doing, but you got to remember it's done in the name of Christ. You see a woman over there, she's dancing, but she's quite modest. She's not dressed modest at all, and yet we see the teaching where women should really lead by example, that they should dress in modest clothes. They shouldn't dress anything that's too revealing, or that would emphasize the fact that a man who may have a problem with his sin, may have a problem with lust, and yet what do we have? An immodest dancer. Sure, this is not honouring, it's not showing this particular woman to be God-fearing, because like the Bible says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And when we see in the book of Proverbs, it says, keep ye to the old paths, for they are the right way. These people are saying that what the message of the gospel, how it was preached, so it wasn't enough, and we must we're in the 21st century, and we need to get rid of the gospel, how it's preached, because we are the new evangelicals. And this is what it's called. It comes under the title New Evangelization. So the word evangelization has shifted from evangelism to evangelization. That is really a Catholic term. Now, Roman Catholics that may view this, you can't really, truly, surely have true ecumenism and true doctrine. You can't have them both, because if Rome is the true church, you need to establish your separation to establish that, really, in order for these people to be accepted by Rome and to come under the authority of Rome, they have to then, under ecumenism, come under the authority of the Council of Bishops. So they met, and they had at the Catholic Bishops' Conference, these people met with more than gold. They had a committee, and they had leading Roman Catholics. Like in 2008, you had Soul Survivor, you had Jane Holloway from the World Prayer Centre, you had Andy Hawthorne, you had many of us like them, the person behind, for example, City Mission. She does a thing called Rock, Redeeming Our Communities, and her name is Deborah Green. And what Rock does, Redeeming Our Communities, it's not about communities, but it's about cooperation. It's about integration. It's about our unity. That's what it's about. So, really, we're doing this commentary, not to film anyone deliberately, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to demonstrate from the leaflet here what exactly these people are, what they practice, what they do, what they promote, because the promotion is simply, it's not only hospitality, but it's the fact that we can work together with the Catholic Church. That's what this is really about. We're not here to attack anyone. We're not here to really speak anything that is clearly not true. Because when we do these things, we do it in love, and it may not seem that way. It may seem like we're being arrogant. We're not concerned about evangelism. We're not concerned about, because they use evangelism, but you can't evangelize or do evangelization and do evangelism, because evangelization is not It's not evangelism. It's not evangelism. And evangelism, or primary evangelism, is simply when you go out down the street, you may approach an unbeliever, and you might tell that unbeliever, I mean, how do you know you're going to go to heaven? How do you know you're going to have eternity in heaven? I mean, what tells me that God accepts you? And it's really provoking the question, realizing or acknowledging what sin is. But you see, the Bible says we're in the last days, and the spirit of Antichrist is at work in the churches. They are deceiving all these people that are sat here. You see, this is only a distraction. That's all it is. It's nothing more than to distract you, to show, look, this is what we're doing. We're so good. We do this because we love Jesus. But you see, love is a deceit. It's a misnomer. The Bible teaches about love would only lead us into purity, into holiness, not impurity, not the impure things of the world, not trying to take on worldly methods in order to believe that through these world methods, that we are pleasing to God. You see, this church tells me of what's going on inside this event, that they are clearly married into the world. There is no separation between the world and the church, because it's like I can go to Stratford train station, and you might have a secular group, and they might do dancing, or they might do face painting, and they might come from the banks. And they may come from the banks, but you see, can you tell the difference between that? And if I was to show another clip of a popular group, right, could be a secular group, not Christian, doing the exact same thing, could you tell the difference or make a distinguishment between the two? Because I certainly cannot. Right, the Bible tells us clearly that, separation from the world is absolutely essential. We've got to show Christ. In all that we love him, we have to show Jesus, that we don't accept the way of the world, or we don't take on the things of the world. And, the fact that I'm encouraged, like last week, I was given this program, and I was encouraged to go and commit idolatry. That's what they did. They encouraged me to go and take the Eucharist adoration, and the word adoration means love. If you could film this, if we would film this guy, make sure you get my good side. Yeah, yeah. Film this guy. He took my picture. That's okay. Yeah, but yeah, we're doing this for a reason, but they're doing that to try and intimidate us. But anyway, all I want to say is, open your eyes, see what's going on with these groups, and it's true. Yeah, we have people from all over the world.
It's 2012.
Okay.
Somalians, right? They said planet X, right? 6,000 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm a Catholic, Christian. Okay. Keep the game. And what will happen is, apparently in 2012, end of the world.
Right.
But it's not going to happen.
Right. The Pope gave a message recently about a forming of a new world order.
Yeah.
Yep. What's
Never a new world order. It's still
yeah, but he mentioned it at the Vatican when they have,
Again.
Again. But he was talking about because peace is the way forward. We have a global problem that requires a global solution. Yeah. What do you think he means by that?
It's 2012, right?
Okay.
When you go to Somalia, right?
Yes.
When you go back 6,000 years, it's a funny old world. But as long as you've got Jesus in your heart, you'll be alright.
One more question. I do appreciate you've taken your time, and I'm grateful for what you. As a Catholic, from a position, how long do you think it'll be before, for example, I know all the churches are working together and they're having unity. How long do you think it'll be before these churches will come under the come under the Catholic Church or the authority of the papacy?
Interesting question.
I know they were talking about the Vatican Council,
The
but
one thing is,
right.
Jesus, right,
Yeah.
is the main man, right?
Okay.
I really come across bad there.
Right.
Eddie in that one, alright?
Oh, it's okay.
But what I'm saying is with faith, that's all that matters. Faith matters. Faith.
I understand that. It was just trying to establish what Rome meant by, like the Pope is the head of the Church, he's successor to Peter, and in order to establish to heal the past, the wound, to get for example, bring our separated brethren back into Mother Church. I was trying to ask, as a Roman Catholic, your perspective on the
No, I'm
reconciliation.
not Roman Catholic. I'm
Okay,
baptised
I see.
Catholic.
See.
But I am a man who just loves God.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. So to love God means to reconcile our differences.
Well, what you got to do is don't put up with idiots,
Okay.
right? So forget the Muslims,
Okay.
forget the Jews, forget the Christians.
Okay.
Everyone just be individual and have faith. That's it.
As a Catholic, on the issue of the Catholic Mass, because I'm trying to get that perspective, is it essential?
I'm not a Catholic.
Okay, if
It's
you're
not
baptised,
essential,
it's not essential. Okay. Right. Okay. I just want to thank you for the opportunity you've given us, and thanks so much.
What's your name?
Miguel.
Miguel.
Yes. What's your name?
Frank.
Frank.
Francis.
Right. Right. Yeah.